Ready for what?
No. Are you ready?
Ready for what?
Dude, no. Okay, here we go. Are you ready?
I heard you. What are you asking me? What am I ready for?
Are you ready for the Wrestling Rundown Episode 1?
Yes!
Because if you're not down with that, I got 2 words for you.
I'm not doing it.
Why not?
I would never do that.
I'm not doing it. That's like 4 words.
Oh, no, I'm saying I'm not doing it to what those 2 words you said.
Oh, okay.
You were about to say.
Well, this is episode 1 of the Wrestling Rundown, where we cover everything from rumors, speculations, predictions, pay-per-view matchups, past Raws, past SmackDowns, you name it.
Everything.
We try and cover it. We might even give you some recommendations for some of our favorite past matches from pay-per-views, Raws, SmackDowns, ECW. We'll cover everything from WWE, TNA, some ROH here and there.
Don't forget about WCW.
WCW, New Japan Pro Wrestling, as much as we can. Being that it is that time of year for great 5-on-5 matches, as we have grown so accustomed to Survivor Series right around the corner. Pretty much.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the fight for the turkey leg at Thanksgiving.
Well, there's that too. But Survivor Series being just 2 days away now. This is Friday. 2 days away. Figure what better way to do this than let's think back to some of our favorite Survivor Series matchups.
Man, if you want to hear my favorite Survivor Series, it wouldn't be my favorite Survivor Series pay-per-view of all time, but my favorite Survivor Series match of all time, 2005, Team Raw versus Team SmackDown.
Was that when it was Shawn Michaels and Randy Orton were the last?
Yeah, it was on 2 different occasions where they were the last 2, and Randy Orton was the sole survivor.
Yeah.
This one was JBL got back into the ring, tried to hit him with a chair. Shawn Michaels ducked, hit him with the Sweet Chin Music, turned around, got hit with an RKO. Team SmackDown won.
That's right. Which one was it that Taker returned at? Was it
That's
the same one? Yeah.
That dude went in the ring and wrecked shop. He delivered, like, if you go back and watch when he gets back into the ring, I think he delivers like the nastiest choke slam. I believe to Brian Kendrick. He
landed on his neck, right? Was it like?
I don't remember how he landed, but I just know that
he had him up there.
His Undertaker's almost 7 foot tall. And he had him way up in the air. His arm was fully extended up. So he had him almost 7.5 feet up in the air before he came crashing down.
And Brian Kendrick is not a big guy. You gotta remember that. He's
not a big guy.
2'2".
He's a little bit taller than that, but still. Well, what about you? What's your favorite?
Everyone's gonna say, "Oh, it's played out. It's been there, done that. Everyone knows about that one." I'm gonna have to go back to the infamous invasion storyline. Team WWF versus the Alliance.
That was a great match. I just didn't like certain people being in the match.
I agree with you there. Certain people I didn't like being in the match. I would have liked to see Vince McMahon in that match at some point instead of the Big Show. Maybe him and Shane have a little showdown. But, like I said, been there, done that type of thing.
Right.
And
of course, the stereotypical cliche Big Show getting eliminated first was just so...
Yeah, what I did enjoy was towards the end with Kurt Angle, The Rock, Stone Cold, Jericho being the last 4, with Jericho looking like he was possibly screwing over Team WWF, and then Angle somehow coming back in, screwing over Team Alliance. It was that swerve that made you go for a second, holy crap, the Alliance can actually win this, to, okay, I can stop freaking out now for a little bit. I mean,
at that time, I thought Austin was unbeatable. He
was.
He had beat The Rock at WrestleMania.
He was undefeated against The Rock at WrestleMania, if you think about it.
Yeah, he was 2-0 at the time, and I thought it was it. It's over. And at that time, I thought it was all real. I thought it was a real invasion.
Same here.
What's going to happen
at that time, before the naive me, I guess you could say, that everything that happens in the ring is real.
Right.
Aside from 1 or 2 things here that's scripted,
the feuds
I thought it was actual. Okay, WCW and ECW trying to take over my favorite show, my favorite company, WWF. It had some heart-stopping moments.
Oh, definitely.
I mean,
Definitely.
that would be one of my favorites. What about oh my god, first ever Elimination Chamber?
Oh man, the first one I ever saw was 2006,
2006,
where Edge cashed in on
Cena.
On Cena.
What was that? That was a New Year's Revolution, right?
Right.
Yeah. I remember that. That was an epic cash in too, because you're like, oh man, Cena did it.
And it's crazy because WWE will surprise you like so many different ways. Like they eliminated the top 3 of the top wrestlers in that match before they eliminated
some of the lower class ones.
Yeah. I think Angle was the first eliminated, then Kane, then Shawn Michaels, and then Chris Masters was eliminated. Then Carlito got eliminated by John Cena. And when Vince McMahon went out there and he was like, "Oh, it's not over," I'm like, "Whoa, is this finally happening? Is Cena going to be the new Austin? Is it going to be Cena versus McMahon?" No, he announced someone was cashing in their Money in the Bank, and I'm like, wait. So when they say anytime, anywhere, they meant anytime, anywhere.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, that was also around the time that I think fans started doing the whole, Cena sucks. That's when it started. That's when the whole Cena suck movement kind of started building up more steam. I think. At least.
I feel it started a lot later, like in 08, I would say.
Okay. I mean, me personally, I think that's where the kickoff point was Edge cashing it in. And if you think about it, look at the reaction Edge got when he cashed it in. It wasn't so much a "boo, we hate you" reaction. It was a "whoa, what just happened" type of reaction.
That was a hell of a move. I mean,
it was almost equivalent to Lesnar beating Taker reaction. Although that's on a whole nother level.
Speaking of Lesnar beating Taker, did I show you my new action figure that I bought at Toys R Us today?
Oh, you mean the Lesnar breaks the streak action figure?
Yeah. Did you read his shirt?
Eat, sleep, break the streak.
Yep, that's what he did, man. I mean, I don't get me wrong. If I could go back and change history, I would change it. But hell, if other people are gonna buy this, I might as well buy it too. It's part of history.
Yeah. So we went over a couple of our favorite Survivor Series matches. Let's take a quick rundown of what they have on store for us this weekend with the Fandango match. I mean, do you think that's just them repackaging him and then bringing him back out just to say, hey, here's this guy. We're hoping to repackage him, and
I don't even think they needed to repackage him. I just think they needed to consistently put him out there. And have good matches, win or lose. Because look at Cesaro, he's losing a lot of matches, but nobody is losing faith in him.
Well, we'll get to the Cesaro talk because there's rumor. I mean, the story going around is that there's a lot of heat on him backstage for comments he made about the Cena Orton match. Pretty much coming out and saying that he's tired of seeing Cena versus Orton.
Hey, guess what, Color? I'm tired of seeing Cena versus Orton.
I'm right there with you, but being one of the employees, you can't really come out and say, "Hey, I'm tired of seeing what you consider your 2 top guys go at it night after night."
I mean, let's be honest. Cena and Orton, in a way, they kind of are at the level of Rock and Austin. It's to an extent, but they are no Rock and Austin.
Okay, but you look at Rock and Austin. Yeah, they had those matchups, but they were always interacting with multiple other people at the times whenever right. In between their one-on-one feuds.
Right. That's what I love about Rock and Austin and Triple H and Shawn Michaels. Their feuds lasted so long, but it was never every episode, every show against each other.
And with the Cena versus Orton feuds, I just feel like it's like a 6-month feud where all it is just them back and forth.
Yeah,
and it's never you never throw anybody else in there, to kind of mix it up a little bit. It's like when they tried to do the Daniel Bryan CM Punk feud. They saw it was getting a little stale. What they do? Throw in AJ Lee and Kane, and look what happened. Magic. I mean, granted, it wasn't the best of.
No,
feuds,
no. I mean, but at the same time, I mean, you got to remember what the E stands for in WWE, which is entertainment.
Exactly. It was very entertaining. Yeah. Especially some of the one-on-one encounters between CM Punk and AJ Lee in the back. It was pretty hilarious a couple times.
Yeah, I mean, and to see that, they eventually got married to each other. Who knows? I mean, because CM Punk's the kind of guy that would look at a script and be like, "This is garbage. I don't want to do this. I'm not gonna do this."
Yeah.
And then to find out, oh, okay, he's the reason why. That's the reason why.
Yeah.
He met AJ, and then boom, they fell in love.
So we have the Fandango match. Then they threw in the Diva Survivor Series match.
They had to.
They had to, but I think they already had the one Diva match with AJ Lee versus Nikki, which would have been enough.
Well, I would agree with you, but looking at all the divas in this match, I think it can be a good match because it's no Kelly, Tori Wilson.
But are they going to give it enough time though for it to be a good match?
They might not.
Or are they just going to do Naomi's going to... I can see Naomi getting eliminated early, Emma getting eliminated early, Cameron and Summer Rae going early. And it's going to come down to Layla, Paige, Alicia Fox, and Natalya, with probably the final two being Paige versus Natalya, with Paige coming out on top.
Wow, you just have it all figured out, huh?
That's okay. I'm just going off of what I think is going to happen. I mean, that's my prediction for that match, at least.
What I think is going to happen is we are going to get a chance to see each one of these divas display what they got. Because look at it, look at each diva in here. With the exception of Cameron, every single one of those divas has something to bring to the table.
That is true. That's true. Layla is a former women's champion,
right? And Summer Rae,
she's got some moves.
Yeah.
Paige
just speaks for herself.
Natalya, just unbelievable.
Naomi is like the best athletic.
Yeah. Emma is unbelievably technically skilled. We all know that.
And Alicia Fox, we know she can go.
Crazy, but
we know she can go in the ring.
Exactly.
She's just never been given a great push.
But like I said, the question comes down to: are they going to give them enough time to actually put on a reasonable match, or is it going to be one of those 5-minute? Okay, you all eliminated. We're down to 2 people, and let's finish it off right away. It
might be, but at the same time, I would still watch a 5-minute Austin versus Rock match. I would still watch a 5-minute Team Cena versus Team Authority. And plus, these are divas.
Okay.
And plus, it's got Paige in it. I mean,
okay.
I don't know about you.
Speaking of Paige,
but I'm in love with Paige.
I know you are. But speaking of Paige, with how she has been lately with her frenemies, as I guess we could say it, can you see her possibly turning on maybe her team and maybe attacking them and them saying, okay, you're on your own now, and then leaving her to face off against the other team?
I don't think they're going to turn on her. I think they're just going to legitimately lose. Because I can see Cameron going easily.
Yeah, if Cameron's not the first one eliminated, I'm going to be very disappointed. Because I honestly think she, out of the entire group, she's the least skilled. Experienced and skilled.
And whoa!
That was mine.
Well, that was your phone.
No, it wasn't. No messages on my phone, buddy. That was all you.
No way.
That was all you.
Wait, let me see. It's a text from a girl I like, so I'll take it.
Oh man!
You got to come up with another dare for me.
Yeah, well, that's on the other podcast. We'll get to that.
It transcends the podcast. Anyway,
all right. Okay, so I guess
I think it'll be good. I think it'll be good, especially because you got Paige, you got Emma, and you got.
There's a lot of talent. Don't get me wrong. It's just going off of WWE's history with Divas matches, especially that it's not the only Divas match. It's the second Divas match on there. And seeing that Nikki Bella, who for some reason is their main focus now.
Well, the thing is you got to give them a chance to prove themselves.
I understand.
And I don't mean to interrupt you so much. But I don't know why, but I feel like Nikki can become somebody relevant. I mean, you look at Brie. You look at Brie wrestle. You see a lot of Daniel Bryan in her, right?
Oh yeah,
obviously.
You can tell she trains with him a lot. It's seen.
And when I see Nikki Bella, this is gonna sound weird, but I see a little bit of John Cena in her. You know how John Cena's like
the powerhouse,
the power.
Yeah.
And the thing is that she's not huge. Obviously, she's a little bit bigger than her big sister, but the moves that they're giving her are like the rack attack. It reminds me a little bit of Lex Luger, and he was all power.
Yeah.
And remember when they had the triple threat, Paige, AJ, and Nikki?
Yeah, they use her more as the powerhouse in the group, not so much the technical or speedster type.
So I'm kind of I'm not going to say I see her as a female John Cena, but I see her as
maybe like a Beth Phoenix type.
No, not necessarily.
Not necessarily,
but at least she's having like an edge because like I said, when you see Brie fight, you see Daniel Bryan in her.
Yeah.
Obviously, Paige has her own style. Naomi has athleticism.
AJ Lee's got her own style.
She's, and then Nikki, I think that's what they're trying to give her. That's what she's trying to...
Well, let's jump into that match then. The Nikki Bella versus AJ Lee. Now, what I see happening in this one is actually AJ retaining because of Brie Bella costing Nikki the match.
When is...
It's supposed to be up this weekend, if I'm not mistaken. Her assistant role is supposed to be up this weekend, I believe, or Monday night on Raw.
I think it was like the 26th or the 27th, so I don't think she'll screw her over. I think she'll...
I could see her screwing her over.
Quote-unquote, unintentionally.
Yeah. Because, I mean, they're going to... I think right now they're going to try and ride this Nikki, the Twin Magic feud as long as they can. Maybe set up something for even down the line at WrestleMania. Who knows? But... I could see Brie costing Nikki this match in one way or another, and possibly, who knows? that brings up the question then: who will AJ defend her title against next if Nikki does cost? If Nikki does get cost the title?
Well, I don't see Nikki. I don't see AJ. I'm sorry, I don't see Brie costing Nikki the match. I see AJ. I see interference for sure, but just verbal interference, and I think AJ will take advantage of the verbal interference between Nikki and Brie. Mm-hmm. But I think AJ will do it all on her own, and I think, like you said, that'll set up more. Nikki will get upset with Brie. Brie will get upset with Nikki.
Something towards TLC there, maybe.
You never know. Maybe first ever Divas Chairs match. I don't know. Maybe tables match.
That'd be interesting. Speaking of TLC. The match that I think is going to quite possibly steal the show for Survivor Series, that Fatal 4-Way Tag Team match. Now, here's my logic, though. Here's my logic on it. Goldust and Stardust, they've proven that
great chemistry.
Great chemistry as a tag team. The Usos, same thing. The Miz and Damien Mizdow, dude, you gotta admit they got a good work ethic going on with them, right?
I just don't like The Miz.
I understand you don't like The Miz, but...
You don't like The Miz either.
I know I don't like him, but I'm saying the pairing he has with Damien Mizdow, right, it just works, Like, it just works for him. Like, it's like certain superstars just need... Like, for example, when The Miz was with John Morrison, that worked for him. That team worked for him. When he paired up with... What was his... He paired up with Big Show, right?
Yeah, he was tag team champion.
When he paired up with Big Show, I mean, it was okay, but it wasn't...
It was nothing.
It wasn't really
it was nothing
anything,
compared to when Big Show was with Jericho.
Exactly. It was not Big Show Jericho. So, I think this match has the potential to steal the show for the sheer fact that all four teams are good at what they do. They're all, in a sense, high flyers, except for, I can say, the Miz and Damien Mizdow, even though they'll probably take some big bumps. The Usos, they bring that pace. They bring that fast pace. Those Matadors do the same thing. And then the cunning way that Goldust and Stardust work, it just adds more to it. And the fact that it's a fatal 4-way and not just like an elimination match makes it that more entertaining.
That much more dangerous.
Exactly. Now, I can see this possibly setting up for a return of a TLC tag title match, if you think about it. I could see it happening.
But with these teams,
I can see it happening with these teams.
I can see the Usos for sure.
I can see Goldust and Stardust as well.
I can see them in the feud, a longer feud. I just don't see them in a TLC match.
Well, think about it from this standpoint. Los Matadors, they're high flyers. They probably could do the TLC match.
But who takes them serious, though?
I think they're starting to become serious now.
As long as they got that little bull around with them.
Hey, dude, that bull is a beast. Okay?
Look. Edge and Christian, people took serious.
Okay.
The Hardys, they took serious.
I'm not
the Dudleys, they took serious. Nobody takes Los Matadores.
Okay, so what about
serious.
this then? What about this for TLC tag title match? Goldust and Stardust, the Usos, the Miz and Damien Mizdow.
No, Goldust and Stardust versus the Usos in a tag team championship ladder match.
That I can settle for that too.
Only because if you throw the Miz and Damien Mizdow in there, I can see them doing some stupid thing where the Miz is climbing the ladder and Damien is climbing the ladder as well, and he
Miz
falls.
Come on.
Miz is gonna get hit with a chair, so he's gonna fall. Damien Mizdow is gonna look and be like, "Crap!" So he falls too. He has his hands on the title and he falls.
Okay, so what's so bad about that?
It's a waste of our time.
It's not a waste of time. It's entertainment. It is entertainment. You can't deny it.
I understand it's all entertainment, but at the same time, to some extent, it's like, really? Come on, guys. Get your heads out of your you-know-what.
Okay. Well, we'll agree to disagree. How about that? I would love to see all four of these teams in a TLC title match.
All four of them? No.
At least three.
Goldust and Stardust, yes. I can see it. The Usos, yes.
Matt Morris, you have a problem
I
with?
wish Luke Harper and Eric Rowan were still a team, because could you see them?
They're feuding now, it looks like.
Apparently. I mean, nothing was ever announced, nothing was ever said, but apparently.
We'll get to that later. That was... I must say, though, when I saw that happen on Raw, I was like, this is going to be awesome. It was almost like the Shield. It was almost not quite to that level, about 2 or 3 steps below, but it was almost to the level of the Shield standing face to face with the Wyatts.
I'm gonna have to severely disagree with you on that, because that made no sense.
No,
to me,
below.
Maybe like 200 or 300 steps below, because when Eric Rowan came out, first of all, it came out of nowhere.
Yeah,
and I'm not saying like a heel turn or a face turn. It just, he came out to join Team Cena. Do we not remember that they were trying to kill Cena months ago? Do we not remember?
We remember all of this.
Yeah, but do we also not remember that Eric Rowan was...
He's being brainwashed by Bray Wyatt, though.
No, I understand that, but for Cena to just happily accept him on the team...
Hey, Cena was willing to take anybody he could, even out of the crowd, okay?
Cena would have went in there by himself if he had to.
So it didn't matter who it was. The man could have been holding a gun to his head and be like, you're on my team still. Okay?
But, I mean...
Cena was going to accept anybody that came out there.
Brock
Lesnar could have showed up out there and Cena would have taken him on his team.
I doubt that.
Actually, he's probably the only person Cena probably wouldn't have taken on his team. But, okay. We're getting a little sidetracked here from the rundown, but we'll get back to Cena and Rowan and that whole team situation there in a little bit. But, we mentioned Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt versus Dean Ambrose. Crazy versus crazy.
I'm not looking forward to the match as much as I'm looking forward to the story that's going to be told.
I'm right there with you. I think the match could, if they give them enough time and they work it properly, it could be a good match.
I honestly wish that they wouldn't touch each other for another couple months. Just talking and talking. Because these are two of the best talkers. I'd even go as far as say they're number 1 and number 2 right now.
Oh yeah, I can listen to my top 5 easily.
Yeah,
I can listen to my top 5. I mean, Bray Wyatt has a way with words that we haven't seen since Jericho's debut, maybe.
I mean, the way he, I'd even go as to say as CM Punk in a way.
Oh yeah,
he will make you believe what he believes.
He has a way. He has a way with words. His mannerisms and his charisma.
He's the eater of words.
I mean, just how he portrays himself to you when he's talking. I mean, it makes you feel like I could follow this man in a battle and I will sit side by side with him, type of thing.
I'm not going to do that, but I understand what you're saying. Because, how many times have you heard evil people talk and they tell you why they do things, and no one will admit it, but they say to themselves, I wish I had that confidence. I wish I could do what they do.
His dialect and the way he delivers stuff is so powerful. These two twin sisters who helped direct the last See No Evil 2 with Kane, they actually came out and said they would love to make a Wyatt family movie because of just how he delivers. I mean, I would love to see a Wyatt family movie.
Oh yeah, I'm down.
It'll be creepy as hell, I suspect.
I'm Miz down.
I'm Miz down. But I mean,
I don't think it'd be creepy because I would love to see what,
like, how they portray him.
Right. I mean, because you look at him and some people automatically think to themselves, like, Texas Chainsaw Massacre kind of thing. Like they catch people, they slaughter them.
I see him more as one of those cult leaders that try and recruit people to do his bidding. You know, like what's that guy on death row?
Charles Manson.
Yeah, like a Charles Manson type guy. You know, that's what I would see him more as somebody that's just there to preach his word and let people do his bidding through. You know.
And I would be interested to see like who the higher power would be, because ever since he came into the into WWE, you know, he's gone up against Jericho.
Yeah.
You know, the person who was supposedly here to save us. He's gone up against the legacy of John Cena.
Yeah.
You know, hustle, loyalty, and respect. Like, if they did make a movie, I would love to see who the protagonists would be.
Yeah.
Is it like a small town, or is it like
a person, or like maybe it's a sheriff trying to run this cult out of town or something? Who knows? You know,
right.
A detective trying to hunt down this cult that's committing all these murders or some crap like that. You know, but I agree with you. I would love to see a movie based on whatever story they come up with for the Wyatt family, especially if he's going to be doing his role, of course. You know, right. But let's look on the other side of this, though. Dean Ambrose.
Dean Ambrose is,
like they say, the lunatic
what are they
fringe.
The lunatic fringe.
I mean, just when you think he's going to hit you with a left hand, he pulls out a pork chop and hits you with it.
Yeah, just when you think you threw him outside the ring, he comes back in with so much force and knocks you down.
I mean, this match, I hate to say it, but I would love to see this match be like a false count anywhere type match.
I don't think the match would ever end.
I'm just saying, just pick. You're taking two of probably the craziest guys in WWE and say, okay, false count anywhere, do whatever the hell you want. Can you just imagine some of the spots that they could probably come up with, or ideas they probably come up with to do? I mean,
speaking of crazy, I wouldn't mind them throwing AJ in there in the mix, you know,
special guest referee
or love interest, love triangle. Hell, throw Paige in there too. Intergender matches from here on out.
I mean, that I can see the Dean Ambrose Bray Wyatt. The match itself probably being about 10-15 minutes long. Not that great. Good, but not,
the story
not
that's going to be told during the match is going to be amazing.
Not just during, but I think after the match, like on Monday Night Raw or even SmackDown. And the build up to their next match is what I'm going to be looking forward to. Not so much the match.
And the only thing that disappoints me about this feud is to know that it's eventually going to come to an end. It'll probably die out right before WrestleMania, or maybe at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
That's just one thing that WWE just doesn't seem to know how to do now.
Longevity of feud. I mean, the last real good long feud was,
I'd say, Punk and Cena.
Punk and Cena. The one before that would have been Michaels Jericho.
That was really good. But there was some years in between now, like 5 or 6 years.
But Punk and Cena would be the last kind of elongated feud. But can we count Daniel Bryan versus the Authority? I mean, that did start. What was it? SummerSlam.
They did follow the moniker that I truly love, where someone has a feud with someone or another faction, but at the same time, you know,
they have him do other stuff.
Right, like when he tag teamed with Punk, he went up against the Shield.
No, he took on the Wyatt family by himself. Punk took on Shield.
I think it was both.
I thought Punk took on Shield.
Or he did take on the Shield, and Daniel Bryan did take on the Wyatt family, but I think that they were intertwined the entire time. You know.
Yeah, I mean that is one thing I do kind of hate from time to time. I mean, I'm sure they have their reasons for why they kind of speed up some feuds. Like one feud I would love to see get a lot of time: Shield versus the Wyatt family. That could have been a WrestleMania match right there in itself. It
could have, but I do believe in too much of a good thing is a bad thing, because I hate to go back to it, but like Cena and Orton, when they were first going head to head, everybody thought this is going to be amazing, and Lord, did they play the crap out of it.
Yeah, but okay, the difference though, when they were building up the Shield versus the Wyatt, they did not touch each other until the Monday Night Raw before the pay-per-view. It was just back and forth trash talking, mind games type of thing, back and forth.
And I kind of saw it coming too, because I mean, you have the Shield, which is a 3-man faction, and you have a 3-man faction. And it's like, okay, then you got CM Punk and Daniel Bryan. They're having both their issues with these guys. You got them handicapping together. You got them 3-on-1, 2-on-1. Eventually, it's going to happen where their paths cross and they come together. And don't get me wrong, trust me, I agree with you. I would love to have seen a feud made
longer than a month,
longer than 3 matches. You know,
was it 3 matches? Yeah, it was just 3 matches.
But at the same time, I think it kind of would have gotten boring because
there's only so much you could have done, I guess.
Right, and plus the main thing for their rivalry, for them being coming together, was because of CM Punk and Daniel Bryan. Well, Daniel Bryan had his thing going on with the Authority, and CM Punk went bye-bye. So,
can you imagine what would have happened if CM Punk didn't go bye-bye, though?
They'd probably still be Authority. I mean, hell, would Seth Rollins had ever left the Shield? We never know.
We would never know. I mean, there's a lot of what ifs that come from this. And well, let's you mentioned Seth Rollins. Let's just jump into the big match of the night. Of course,
I'm really excited to see this. The only thing I'm not excited about is the 2 biggest jobbers going right now, which is Big Show and Kane.
That is true. I see Big Show getting eliminated early.
And Mark Henry.
And I see Kane and Mark Henry getting eliminated early. I think it's going to come down to Seth Rollins, Rusev, and Luke Harper versus John Cena and Ryback.
I see Ziggler.
You think?
I see Ziggler actually being the sole survivor on the team now. I don't know if they'll win, but I see Ziggler being the sole survivor.
Okay. I mean that would be a huge push for Ziggler at that point, though, because I'm pretty sure if he becomes a sole survivor, of course, he's going to probably be the next main target that the Authority goes after, because they'll talk about, I'm pretty sure they'll jump in and say, we already defeated Cena. There's just one guy that just refused to give up on your team. He's the one that we got to go after now, type of thing.
Right, and plus they're already going after him. They already took his title from him.
Oh yeah.
And you know what I would like to see? I would like to see the match be made 4-on-4 before the match even starts, with Eric Rowan and Luke Harper going at it, going into the crowd, into the into the backstages.
Now, question I have, I have no problem with those 2 going at it like that. Question I have, though, is Rusev has never tapped out or been pinned.
That's what I was wondering about too.
How do you eliminate him if you choose to eliminate him?
I was thinking. Honestly, I was seeing Seth Rollins winning the match, but reminded me with Rusev. I could see Rusev about to tap out. Maybe Seth Rollins comes in, interferes, or maybe Kane gives Rusev the chance to lock on the accolade onto whoever it is. I mean, it doesn't matter who he locks it on; they're tapping out, no matter how long they stay in there. So I could see Rusev, because I really don't want to see the Authority go away just yet.
Just build it up. Maybe Vince McMahon threw this in there to kind of give us, I guess, foreshadow for something bigger. Maybe McMahon is coming back with his own team or something like that somewhere down the line, challenge Triple H for it or something like that.
Maybe, but the reason I don't want the Authority to go away just yet is because I haven't seen Triple H be Triple H yet. Like the way he was with Daniel Bryan when he fought the Authority. He's been so calm and cool and collected. Mm-hmm. He hasn't gotten his hands dirty yet.
That is true.
And he hasn't reached McMahon level as far as if he's just going to be the boss and stand back and watch everything happen. Mm-hmm. He hasn't reached McMahon level. I want Triple H to be that guy. I know right now he's kind of being of a douchey heel.
Yeah.
And it really does work for him, especially with his wife right by his side. Mm-hmm. But I want to see this guy let loose. I want to see him take matters into his own hands. I want to see him get in there, get down and dirty, and truly take what he wants.
Now, we mentioned Orton earlier in the show. Orton's been off TV for a couple of weeks now.
Right. He got curb stomped twice.
Yeah. Keyfab injury, all that fun stuff. He's off shooting a movie. right?
Wait, would you say keyfab?
Keyfab.
Did you mean kayfabe?
Whatever.
No, it's not whatever. We're gonna say these.
Kayfabe? Kayfabe?
Yes, we're gonna say these
Kayfabe?
words right.
Okay, kayfabe.
Okay.
Right? Anyway, so Orton's been off TV for a couple of weeks now. Maybe he comes back and he's the one that costs the Authority the match.
True. That's one thing I don't ever think about, or I don't ever incorporate into my predictions is people coming back, because I don't necessarily follow the rumors as much as other people do, and it's just so hard to predict who's coming back for whatever reason. Because I mean, who would have predicted Bray Wyatt would have came back to attack Dean Ambrose?
Dude, that was a great attack, though. That was kind of...
Like, it was awesome.
It was weird.
You know, it creeped me out. It was awesome, but who would have predicted that?
Bray Wyatt would have done that. You mean...
Right, so...
You have a point there. But, like I said, with you got to think about it. Orton's been off TV for a couple of weeks now. He left on sour grapes with the Authority. That was bad terms.
Right.
This is a huge match for the Authority. What better way to stick it to him than him making a triumphant return? Who knows? Maybe like you said, maybe Ziggler or one of these guys gets taken out before the match even starts, and it's a 4-on-5, and then here comes Orton
To replace
whoever gets taken out. Maybe it's Big Show.
Or everything happens exactly the way I said it with Rusev. Orton comes into the ring, RKO's Rusev.
And that's how Rusev gets pinned.
Or Rusev could also lose by countout.
True. Maybe Rusev is like outside the ring, Orton RKO's him outside the ring. I mean, they've put too much work into Rusev to just let him get pinned or tap out at a Survivor Series match nonetheless.
Right, and they've also put way too much hype into Ryback coming back, and a lot of... I mean, people are actually cheering for Ziggler now. Mm-hmm. Like, I mean, I've been behind Ziggler for a while now. I just didn't think that the WWE Universe was behind him.
They're behind him again. It's almost like when they wanted him to cash in the Money in the Bank. It's almost there again. It's almost at that level again. And the problem I see with this matchup is, how do you keep those three guys, Rusev, Ryback, and Ziggler, how do you make them look strong without making them get pinned or submitted? You know, how do you eliminate them from that match without them getting pinned or submitted? Pretty much what I'm trying to say. I mean, it's going to be kind of hard for them to do that. With
don't forget about the what's his nickname? Is the Prototype? No, not the Prototype. Seth Rollins. He's got a name. He's got a nickname. I can't remember what it is.
I forgot. Oh, the Architect.
The Architect.
The Architect of the Shield. Yeah, I mean, well, okay, Seth Rollins, his whole gimmick right now, if you think about it, he hides behind the Authority. They protect.
You know who used to hide behind a lot of other people back in the day?
Who?
Triple H.
That is true. When he was with Evolution, when he was with DX. Actually, if you think about it, Triple H's best years was when he was with DX and when he was with Evolution, when he had other people to buffer some of the competition from him.
Right.
And if you think about it, those were some of his best heel moments as well.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, I think, personally, Triple H is meant to almost be, like, his main... If you want him to be a heel, you have to have him be a leader of a faction of some sort.
Yeah, and I wouldn't necessarily say he's going to be a mentor to Seth Rollins. I mean, I heard a rumor that the reason Seth Rollins was picked to turn heel was because he was the least popular person in the Shield, and people were going to follow Roman Reigns no matter what.
Yeah, they're going to follow Dean Ambrose no matter what. I kind of agree with you. The one that kind of needed a little bit somebody to kind of give him a little pedestal to stand on would have been Seth Rollins compared to the other two members of the Shield.
But I don't think he's ever going to be it. Well, then again, I mean, nobody ever expected the Thugonomics.
True.
You know. I mean, John Cena to be where he's at now.
So I think Seth Rollins can. I think he could follow the path of like a Randy Orton. I mean, I'm not saying that's great or anything, but I could see him going down that similar path.
That's not great. He's like a 10-time.
I know. What I'm saying is, I mean, you always want to form your own path, you know. But like, for example, how many crazy people do you know out there actually make it big in WWE?
Crazy people.
Like doing crazy stuff, or just have that like little twitch.
I don't understand the question, so I'll let you give me some examples.
For example, I'm trying to describe Dean Ambrose right now. Right? He's that like I said, lunatic fringe that just you never know what to expect with him, right? There's Jeff Hardy, who was like kind of like that, the charismatic enigma. You know, you just never knew what to expect with him. Really, how many other superstars out there in the past can you say were like that and shot up to superstardom?
Yeah, but we also got to remember those were just gimmicks, though. I mean, Jeff Hardy was I mean, he could do those things, and he could pass with that, But I guess to really answer your question, it just not everybody can be a crazy person. I mean, look at AJ.
True.
I mean, there were some points that she went to that I didn't like when she started interfering in the matches.
Oh, I mean, like the Daniel Bryan CM Punk, was it the table match? Was it?
I think it was just a regular match where she set a table. She came out to the ring, skipped around. Nobody paid attention to her, so she set up a table.
Oh, so she was going to jump off, right?
Right.
And they both went up to try and stop her. And yeah,
right.
Okay, I remember that now.
But hell, I'd go through a table for AJ any day,
But okay, so I guess let's get back on track here a little bit. But so to finish it off, then the question that we should I guess we should try and figure out is, how do you keep the three guys that you put a lot of work into? Well, let's say four guys that you kind of put a lot of work into: Seth Rollins, Rusev, Ryback, and Dolph Ziggler. How do you make those four guys stay strong with a good push without having them being pinned or submitted?
Well,
by eliminating them, pretty much. How do you eliminate them?
I think it's kind of like a Royal Rumble syndrome kind of thing. You can only have a big superstar get eliminated by another big superstar. That's the only way it's going to be legit.
How do you eliminate Rusev?
Well, like I said, I think he's going to win it. I think he's going to win it for the Authority.
How do you eliminate Ryback? You just brought this guy back, and you're giving him like this huge push.
Easily, he's gonna eliminate Kane and Mark Henry, which will make his elimination not so bad because he did good.
Do you think he's going to get one of those cheap roll-ups where like Seth Rollins comes in after he eliminates like a Mark Henry or
no.
Kane, and Seth Rollins gets like a cheap 1-2-3 out of the blue where he's completely shocked or something? Or
no, I don't think there's going to be any roll-ups in this. I think Luke Harper's going to play a big part in leading to an elimination. But I can see Seth Rollins curb stomping Ryback. I think that's the only way you can eliminate Ryback.
You think maybe a curb stomp followed by whatever Luke Harper does, followed by Rusev's accolade?
No, Ryback isn't that much of a beast. He is the big guy.
So what do they do for John Cena? Do you think some sort of outside screw job then?
No. I think he's going to get like 3 finishers put on him.
3.
And I also think he's going to get eliminated before Ziggler and Ryback.
Do you think... Okay, let's say Cena comes down to the very last person. Do you think it's going to be one of those instances where Rusev has the accolade or whatever locked in, and he doesn't tap out or anything, he just passes out?
No. That's going to be Stone Cold Steve Austin's moment forever.
Well, it's only if Cena gets busted open, then he'll be sane, but...
No, nobody's ever going to do that again.
That just pass out.
I mean, to pass out to one of the great to an amazing submission, like the camel clutch, what they call the accolade, or like Austin did with the sharpshooter. I don't think that's ever going to happen again.
Okay, I mean, I guess it's a unique situation that I guess WWE kind of found themselves in here, where they have 2 teams stacked with just talent, and you don't really know how to go about.
Well, I mean, 3 of them are a given.
Yeah.
We know Mark Henry's not going to win it.
We know Kane's not going to win. We know Big Show's not going to win it.
Right.
I'm pretty sure we could rule out Eric Rowan and Luke Harper as well.
Right. I think they're going to be focusing on each other. So we got John Cena,
Dolph Ziggler, Ryback, Rusev, Seth Rollins.
And the reason I don't think John Cena will make it to the end is because you really don't need the leader, the superstar, to make it to the end. Because at the beginning of the show, when I said Team SmackDown versus Team Raw was my favorite match, Batista, I believe, was the second person
eliminated,
and he was the leader of Team SmackDown. But like I said, the way you are eliminated is
kind of dictates.
Well, like I said, how do you eliminate the world heavyweight? Because he was world heavyweight champion at the time. How do you eliminate him? How? Without making him look weak? Easy. You have him get double choke slammed by the Big Show and Kane.
True. So then Cena's out. That leaves us with Dolph Ziggler, Ryback, Seth Rollins, and Rusev once again.
Okay.
It's just finding a clean, I guess, a nice way to eliminate all four. Well, three of them at least, maybe two only.
I know. I say I don't think about or talk about people interfering or anything like that. But
Triple H and Stephanie?
No. What if Dean Ambrose interferes with Seth Rollins and gets him eliminated with a roll up?
Roman. I don't think Roman Reigns is ready to come back yet. I was going to say maybe
he's scheduled for some house shows. I heard.
I know. So I mean, let's say hypothetically speaking, he was to return. I doubt he's going to return, but let's say hypothetically speaking, he was to return. Don't you think that could be something that causes Seth Rollins to get like a shock pin, like a roll up from Ziggler or something like that? Because if you think about the last feud Reigns was in right before he had to have that emergency surgery
was with Rollins.
So I'm pretty sure if Reigns makes some sort of surprise appearance, that's gonna.
Yeah, but I don't think that feud was that relevant because seeing as how it hadn't really even gotten started.
True.
I don't think they would waste their time with having him come back to do that. I think if he's gonna come back, he's gonna have like a Triple H return, like a Stone Cold Steve Austin return,
something big.
Yeah, we're
like a Royal, maybe show up at the Royal Rumble or something like that.
No. I mean, the return will be announced. He'll come out. He'll talk. I'm back. Flex his muscles and then call somebody out.
Okay, I can see that. And so I can see the Dean Ambrose coming out.
But even if he doesn't, like I said, I still see either Seth Rollins or Rusev winning it.
Now, the person I could see costing Seth Rollins, speaking of run-ins, I could see Randy Orton doing it more than Dean Ambrose.
Yeah, I'm kind of hoping Orton doesn't interfere because it would just be too predictable. Although it would add a lot to the story because having Orton be that tweener again is something I've been wanting for the longest.
And because I could picture pretty much Seth Rollins is going to pin like a Ryback or a Cena or something like that, and then you hear Orton's music hit and he runs out. Or maybe he doesn't even run. Maybe he just hears music hit and Rollins is like, "What's going on?" And then roll up 1, 2, 3.
Right. Or he comes out of the crowd, RKO's him in the middle of the ring,
and then leaves. I mean, whenever chaos breaks out,
I guess we're just gonna have to wait and see.
I know Survivor Series Sunday night. I'll be here. Will you be here?
I'll try.
All right. Hope you guys stay tuned. We will be back on Sunday after pay-per-view. Maybe give our speculations and give our review of the pay-per-view.
Go AJ.
Go AJ.
Go AJ.
Who are you for? Team Cena, or Team Authority? Real quick.
I would love to see Team Cena win it because I like Dolph Ziggler, but I would love to see Team Authority actually turn into like a corporation kind of thing because I think a great faction has been lacking for a while.
I'm right there with you. Go Team Authority. That's it. We're out. See you guys Sunday.